What was your first paid job?
I worked in a sandwich company. That was my first proper sort of job.
Delicious. How many sandwiches did you eat?
Oh my God, so many.
Yeah, I would have eaten loads of sandwiches.
And now still, my mum's always like, oh, Miranda's so good at making sandwiches.
You're like, I'm retired, actually. I'm a CEO now. Okay, Miranda Hipwell, CEO of Adam and Eve. Yay! Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
What does after work mean to you?
Well, being here today. So about 4 years ago, we moved to the Kent coast. So I leave the office, I catch a really nice train because I get a seat every time and it's beautiful because you have the Kent countryside sort of flowing past. And then I get home because my 3 children are generally there waiting at the window for me to get back. I think it's because by that point there's like no TV or anything, so there's nothing else for them to do but wait for me to come home. If TV was on, they would not care.
You've been called a nice leader.
Yeah.
Are you nice?
I am nice.
You are really nice. I say it just to be a dick. You're really, really nice.
There's actually, we were talking about this the other day, there's a DDB thing which is about people being talented and nice. And I do think there's something in that. But I would like to think that I'm more than just nice. I do think that there's something in the narrative which I warm to, in that I think that you can do a really challenging job, lead an agency, and you can do it with kind of a softness, and you can have like power that doesn't have to have sharp edges. And you could characterize that as nice, or you could characterize it as kind of, I don't know, kind of just a softer way of leading.
It's human. I think it's human. It's the human touch.
Yeah.
I hate the word nice, but I like the sentiment. I don't think you have to be an asshole anymore to lead an agency. But I do think that there's the temptation for working women to sort of hide their nurturing side and to hide their warmth sometimes. What's your style of leadership?
I think I am quite warm, and I think I am relatively nurturing. But I think that there's also a sort of dose of pragmatism and driving people forward and, you know, the right level of high expectations. You don't want people to have a fear factor or be scared. You want people to feel like they can question things or poke at things or go, I'm not sure that, you know, that's what will make us better and fit for the future. So you have to create an environment of warmth and kind of curiosity and questioning.
Safe space as well. You and I both worked on John Lewis at one point at Adam and Eve. And it was such a legacy client. It must have been hard to decide not to repitch for that one. Yeah. So I just want to hear a bit more about the decision. Was it an easy one? Was it a no-brainer? How do you guys feel now?
Yeah, I mean, so at the time I wasn't CEO. And I think with John Lewis, you know, I know you worked on it at the beginning and I worked it on the middle, and then it came to an end. And I think that there was a really golden period where the alchemy of the clients and the agency and the ambition was so wonderful. But I think it got to a place where John Lewis as a business wanted slightly different things, and we had been through something which, you know, this amazing relationship. But I think when we heard that they were calling the pitch, there were some really deep conversations around what we want to do. I wasn't in those conversations personally, but I think that people felt we've given so much to this. We're so proud of everything we've done. It's been a brilliant relationship, but if they want to go another way, let's us go another way too, and let's just part with sort of really positive feelings and memories about everything we did together. But I think it was a really tough decision because you're walking away from revenue.
It's like dump, don't be dumped kind of thing. There's a lovely bit of control and power. Like you can all see it's coming to an end, but you guys made the call.
You know, I've had relationships like that where you decide, this isn't working. It doesn't always have to be with this huge animosity or something really dramatic. You just sort of call time on it.
And it's also very grown up to go, this isn't working anymore.
Yeah, and I think there are some things in the industry that we have to sort of challenge, right? And I think that's the whole thing around the kind of positive pitch pledge and kind of looking at some of the practices and the ways that we've worked. Again, just looking at how we transform and how we innovate. And I think sometimes there's just an assumption that we will call a pitch and therefore you will repitch. And I think that we all need to go, that's not necessarily right for the agency. We don't have to do what's always been expected of us, you know, and challenge those things and go, sure, you can call a pitch, but we can also say no. And I think just holding some of that power as agencies and going, we know the value of our people, our creativity, our worth. And if you guys want to go a separate path, we're really happy to find another partner too. And just taking that control back a little. Can still be friends, we're still friends.
You've been CEO of Adam and Eve since November 23. How's it going?
Good, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've been at Adam and Eve for 12 years, so I've been there quite some time. I know the agency, I love the agency, and all of that experience has sort of led me to this. Yeah, I'm putting all of those years of learning, I guess, into practice in this role.
Well, they're so lucky to have a CEO who has kind of climbed up the ranks and knows the company so intimately. Because you know them so well, there's some quick fixes or quick answers to certain bits.
You're right, like sometimes there are challenges that you're like, I know how to solve that one. And then there are other things that you're sort of more intentionally going, okay, you don't want it to be reactive. You want to go, how do we plan to sort of shape this thing for the future growth and success? So it's kind of all those different aspects.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
So exciting. Like you're never sitting on your laurels going, oh no, I've been here 12 years, I got this.
No, the challenges that I've had across those 12 years, some of them have been really, really hard. And it's not that in those 12 years, I haven't thought, I'm not sure if I can do this anymore, or like you've lost maybe the opportunities that you thought might be there for you, right? But I think that in those moments, it's when I have learned certainly to like just double down, like think about the greater sort of story of the agency, I suppose. It's not just about your narrative. There's more stuff going on. But I think you've got to give it a bit of time, because sometimes things just take time. And what I've always found is that when you give it time and you keep going and you're committed to your people and your clients and the business, then in time, the things that you wanted have come. That's been my experience.
And I think that grit and determination is really admirable, because when you're having a miserable time, your instinct is escape.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea that a little bit of patience and trying to see the light and the growth and the opportunity in the long term is probably a better path.
Early on in Adam and Eve, I really wasn't in truth feeling that great about it. You know, I'd come from quite a different role at Saatchi's. I come from like a global role in P&G, and I came into Adam and Eve for like my dream job working on John Lewis. And then on my first day, I got asked to also work on Google, which is like, you couldn't ask for better accounts. And it's not anything about those accounts, the brilliant opportunities I had, you know, the people I worked with. I just felt that I didn't fit. And it was James Murphy that said, listen, I can see why it's been quite hard for you. Just want to say, just do it your way. Just be authentic and see where you get to and see if it works. And I did just go, okay, I'll give that a go. And I'm still here.
What a piece of advice. I mean, that's fabulous.
And I don't think you probably really realised it meant so much to me. You know, there are sometimes things that people say to you just at core moments. They just say it in passing. It's just from their experience, or they know this thing. And I think that that's what experience teaches you, these kind of like perspectives and points of view. You don't realise over the years what you do build up in terms of these little nuggets or just little things
you did
that
that
unlock
for me
progress.
the other day.
Oh,
you
really?
did, yeah, totally schooled me the other day.
Oh,
so
wow.
you said celebrate those moments where you're getting a bit further or you're feeling like you achieved something amazing. And I don't think in my career I've taken the time to actually celebrate the smaller milestones or moments. I'm always like, what's next? What's next?
Yeah. I think that impulse to keep moving is really, really strong. I think as an agency, we're not good enough at going, hang on a minute, like you've just got agency of the year, you've just done this, you've won this business, because we're always just pushing forward. But I think that, taking a moment to go, congratulations to everyone that's achieved this thing, or personally, as you say, just going, wow, you did that thing. Go and buy yourself some earrings. My ears aren't pierced anymore, but you know,
Not
something
earrings
nice.
for you. What else do you want?
Oh, I'm not even going to go into it. Diamonds? I don't know.
What keeps you up at night?
It's always people stuff. You know, it's everything that we do is about people, whether it's clients, whether it's people in the agency, whether, you know, all of those dynamics. And they're the things that I just will, turn over in my head.
What's the best piece of advice you could give to someone starting their career in advertising?
I think that more than ever now in our industry, we need fresh voices, we need new perspectives, we need people to come in and not fit a mold. So come in with fresh eyes and just create space for yourself to have an opinion, to be their authentic selves, and to create an environment where that feels it's welcome and it's safe and things can be challenged. And that's the only way that we're going to progress.
Finish this sentence. If I wasn't in advertising, I would be a...
Well, fashion designer, which like, look at me today, you might be like, what? But when I was young, I was always drawing, you know, clothes, and I was always drawing like different outfits, and I absolutely loved that. Or a ceramicist, maybe. I also did a lot of ceramics when I was at school.
I've got an image of you and your husband and like that scene in Ghost in my head now.
Oh yeah.
With the ceramics and the pottery.
That could be us actually.
Is that what you're thinking?
Well, maybe that's more retirement. I mean, I don't know, like not at the moment. But I thought in my mind no to both, because I thought, how would I succeed in those professions? And I think the thing that I think now, I'm not saying I could have done, because they're obviously very specific and skilled sort of professions. But a lot of what I've learned is it's about that commitment, and it's about that belief, and it's about just the time and the tenacity and the just putting the hours in and staying committed. So I could have done one of those things, maybe.
Still can. We did it. That was it. It's boiling. I'm so sorry. These lights are ridiculous, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's your weakness?
I was going to say my kids, but that's not really true. That would just be...
Weakness is my kids.